Welcome to another episode of A Diver's Life. In our last episode, we talked about what you needed to know before diving in Raja Ampat. Due to a technical issue, a number of key points were missed when diving into an opposing current. I will cover them now. When swimming against a current, don't rush it. Control your breathing. The reason for the long swim preparation is that you train yourself to breathe slow and steady, just like in a long-distance swim. When I went for Dive Master, I did a lot of long-distance swimming, and this completely changed how I dove in currents. It is not a sprint. You will only tire and waste your air. Swim behind wall attached to marine life obstacles that can stem the flow of water, such as coral heads and sea fans. Then move on to the next obstacle. In this episode, we will finish up our diving in the islands of Misool, the largest southern island in Raja Ampat. Our diving will be to the remote islands to the south and southeast of Misool. In this episode, we will be looking at key parts of dive sites we have not yet shared. After a while, the islands begin to look the same, and you begin to think about the significant parts of each dive site to look for life. Let's dive in and see them. As you drop down, you watch your bubbles drift up to fading light from above. At almost every dive spot, the next thing you see is the wall. The wall can be a busy place. Depending on the current, you can see lots of fish on the hunt for food. These larger fish are drawn to smaller fish, like the glassfish. Turtles like this hawksbill love to eat sponges on the wall. We found 6 banded angelfish tend to stay close to the wall. Swimming down the wall, we pass through the school of ruddy fusilier. Under an overhang at the base of the wall, we see glassfish and cardinalfish. This is a juvenile barramundi grouper. This enormous red sea fan looked like it was made of lace. We have yet to identify this unique hard coral. Perhaps you can. We found many varieties of anemone on the wall. This was the first bubble coral we had ever seen. This map puffer is amazing. It can inflate its body to twice its size. It eats mostly invertebrates like squid and krill. Tucked within the soft coral, regal demoiselle is now an invasive Caribbean species competing with chromis, seen here as brown with yellow fins. We also found this Thecacera picta nudibranch. Large, healthy coral sets the stage for amazing vistas on the wall. Blue and yellow fusilier feed on the rich abundance of zooplankton of the coral triangle. Yellow masked surgeonfish feed on algae or plankton. Ribbon sweetlips like to huddle together on the wall. Farther up the wall, the light strikes this ledge to illuminate a rich variety of colors and species. A rare ringed pipefish enjoys the safety of the ledge on the wedding cake dive site. The giant moray can reach lengths of 3 meters, but decides to find a safer location. Taking advantage of the clear water, Doreen decides to take a picture. In this gorgonian, we find a lighter version of Denise's pygmy seahorse. On the edge of the wall, we find the largest species of triggerfish, the Titan triggerfish, at 75 centimeters. They nest in sandy flat areas and will vigorously attack divers in their territory. This massive school of Puri on Andiamo's wall blocks out the sun. When diving, don't just focus on the wall. Another world awaits. Look out into the blue. Out in the blue, blackfin barracuda are on the prowl. Smaller trevally can be found hunting in schools out in the blue. The stealthy gray reef shark will come in for a closer look. Solitary turtles like this hawksbill can be found out in the blue, probably looking for the cleaning station. Silently out of the blue comes a Reef Manta. Let's get a closer look. How amazing is that? Fish and coral also congregate in channels. Channels are rich with life as they provide protection but also increase water flow with changing currents. Some fish use sandy channels to blend in. A closer look reveals a large school of chevron barracuda. Between the wall and the shallow reef lies the edge. spot-tailed dartfish stay in pairs. We found a diverse set of species on the edge. This is a rare ghost pipefish. Octopus find their way into the smallest of crevices. Anemones like to filter the water on the edge, making homes to varieties of clownfish. This is the first time we saw a walking shark. And Schultz's pipefish. Red-toothed triggerfish were abundant on the edge. This is a black-spotted puffer. And here is an Indian lionfish. This scorpion fish waits silently near the edge for prey. We begin to move away from the edge and the soft and hard corals become more dense as we get closer to the sunlight. Feather stars use the sticky mucus on their feet to capture food. We are now entering the shallow reef. On whale rock, we see patches of hard and soft corals. Tucked under this coral is a giant moray with a cut on its side. Ouch! Don't clean there. White-tipped reef sharks can stop and rest by forcing water through their gill. Winged pipefish love shallow reefs. The closer to the sunlight, the more dense the coral gets. Another nudibranch. A leaf scorpion fish. This is definitely an island turtle. The reef biodiversity continues. This crocodile fish is easy to see. This octopus is not intimidated by me. The reef on Whale Rock is one for the record books. The light was just perfect, and it really felt like we had entered a story written in a child's dreams. Mushroom coral pipefish and shrimp move among the coral's tentacles. A Persian carpet flatworm. Healthy leather coral looks like a beautiful brown velour. Moorish idols look vibrant close to the light. The biodiversity of life is amazing. Imagine a home aquarium like this. Higher up, we see a massive garden of hard coral. Let's take a closer look. Ruddy fusilier, anthias, yellow damselfish, and much more. Massive hard corals capture light from above. A school of pale-tail unicorn fish. This is unparalleled beauty. Time to dry off and find some land. Next, we head to the Misool Basetfin Ranger Patrol Station. The Misool Eco Resort, Misool Basetfin, operates the station to protect the resort's lease area. The lease area was established in 2005 and contracted directly from local villages. These areas stretch 828 square kilometers and include the region's most spectacular diving, including Magic Mountain, Baia Baset, Darum, Elet, and Gorgonian Passage. This area is a no-take zone, and all fishing, shark finning, harvesting of turtle eggs, and other extractive measures are strictly prohibited. With a network of 3 ranger stations and 2 dedicated patrol vessels, the local rangers ensure South Raja Ampat's reefs remain pristine for all to enjoy. Scientific research has established that the fish biomass of reefs within the no-take zone has increased by an average of 250% in just 5 years, and some reefs have seen increases of more than 600%. This is the Misool Basetfin Patrol Station, and we're here today to go and look at the baby blacktip reef sharks that are in the water. It's really quite beautiful. This is a common place for a lot of the liveaboards to come in and spend some time at the end of the day, at least once a week for about an hour. Off into the trees here, and really quite beautiful. You can see the patrol station there. That's where they're staying. The people that watch the park. It's very well protected. This is clearly a coconut chucking station. There does not appear to be a shortage. This rich canopy makes this a comfortable place to see how these conservation heroes live. As you can see by the number of people, we have reached the famous blacktip reef shark nursery.
Baby sharks, look at that, blacktips. It's so beautiful.
In our next episode, we will go to Southern Raja Ampat. We will ride the current at Karuo Channel and see the spectacular, renowned, jaw-dropping coral reef of Melissa's Garden. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit the subscribe button to see more on this channel.